Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing Mareanie Spotlight Hour on Pokemon GO. Just here are all the Mareanies now. I'm just going to do another quick thing as well on Dialga, the one with Roar of Time. So you can actually extend different parts as well as on Palkia. So let's go and find Palkia and let's go Spatial Rend, and let's put on a timer for the hour. So using Spatial Rend we get further spawns in Pokemon GO, so you can reach Pokemon that are further distance away from you. So you'll be able to see the additional distance that you can now reach, so that means we'll get some new spawns in the game. Now these Mareanies are going to be an absolute pain to catch, which as you can see there, the Spatial Rend has just managed to find all these. So let's go ahead and try and quick catch some of these, but I do think we are going to fail in quick catching a lot of them, so it will end up just being a shiny checking exercise really. But Spatial Rend, the new Pokemon Mareanie, shiny available this last event. Let's hopefully, fingers crossed, be able to jump on and get a shiny one. So 1 in 512 odds is the odds for Mareanie. Let's see if we're lucky enough to get one. So you'll probably see a lot of these Mareanies aren't going to actually be staying in the ball after we've thrown one at them, but I won't stay all day and be trying to catch them all. I'm not too fussed about a candy, it's not super useful. It is just really a nice shiny to get. Let me know in the comments if you've already got one of these already. Super cool shiny to be able to get your hands on. It's been a while since we've had a really nice shiny release on Pokemon GO, so the shinies of late have been quite close to the normal comparisons, the normal forms. So to get one that's completely different is pretty cool. Huge one there. It's a pretty nice effort. So using great balls on these just to get this through. So no luck so far. As you can see, the Spatial Rend just reaches those Mareanies really far out. It's ridiculous how far it actually covers to get those Mareanies really far away. Definitely worth doing it on Spotlight Hours if it is something you want. The shiny one of you will get loads more increased spawns than normal. So the best method is probably to work my way from the outside, from right to left as we're heading towards them. Because like I say, not all of them will get caught. We will have to just miss a few as we're walking on by. But as long as we've checked him and thrown a ball at him, all will be good. It is also 2 times catch XP at the moment as well during the Spotlight Hour. So if he hasn't turned to Spotlight Hour in your area just yet, remember you can always put a luck egg on if you are after the XP. But like I say, I haven't bothered in this scenario just because of how hard they are to actually catch. So I've got the gotcha spinning stops as well while I'm doing this, just so I can sort of keep a tab on how many Pokeballs I've got and how many Great Balls. Especially, we are only down to 42 Great Balls unfortunately, but we'll use these first before switching to the other ones in my storage. Probably got more Pokeballs than anything else, so we'll probably switch to Pokeballs after this one, after these Great Balls are finished. Just quick catching these. This is actually the first time I've actually used Spatial Rend before on Pokemon. So it was really, really cool to see the effects of it. Like I say, definitely worth doing if you're after a shiny, and especially if it's Spotlight Hour or Community Day even. So if it's a good Community Day, good to get candies for, XL for, get more spawns, get more XL, get more candy for that Pokemon that you want to power up. Really, really useful. Still not yet used Roar of Time, which is Dialga's special ability. So what that does is it allows you to increase your incenses by 6 minutes. So that goes off your daily incense, your normal incense, increases the time of them by 6 minutes. So quite a few people use them for the daily adventure incense, just so you can get hopefully more encounters with the glaring birds. But so they are really good tools to have if you're wanting extra time with those sort of things. There's still no luck so far. 7 minutes now in to the Spotlight Hour. Another one's just spawned behind me. It is hard to know which ones I've clicked on and which ones I haven't. With them not staying in the ball, it is annoyingly difficult to catch. The catch rate on these is very annoying. So if you haven't yet done it in your area, you will find that out. Or if you've just been doing it during this event, you'll probably already found that out. The catch rate is ridiculously low on these. Normally just up ahead it's quite a decent spawn spot, and we'll probably see even more spawns because of the Spatial Rend that we've got on. They've definitely seen a load of them around here now. Hopefully one of these is shiny. So it is full odds, 1 in 521. 1 in 512 is the full odds shiny rate on Pokemon GO. And unfortunately Mareanie falls into that category. Hopefully we'll get close to that number, especially with the Spatial Rend, and especially with the fact that there's spawns are boosted during the Spotlight Hour. We do seem to get an increased amount, not just of Mareanie, but also the actual spawn locations tend to be a lot more than normal as well. So there's more Pokemon appearing in the same space that there is normally. We'll just slow down a second just to get these. Some low level CP ones here. It's absolutely ridiculous how many there is on this nearby. Trying to keep a tab on which ones I've checked and which ones I haven't so far. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Just reached over 800 subscribers this morning, so big shout out to everybody who subscribed so far. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's get to that 1,000 mark. That would be super cool if we manage to do that. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video as well if you like these live videos. This is only the second live video I've done. We did last week's Spotlight Hour, which was Abra. And then this is, oh no, sorry, the week before, because last week was actually my birthday. So I did miss the Spotlight Hour last week, but it was a week before, that was Abra. So it would have been the 14th of May was the Abra Spotlight Hour, which we did live on air. We had quite a few people tune in as well, so that was pretty cool. Hopefully we'll have quite a few people tune in to this one as well today, especially with it being a brand new shiny release. Hopefully we can drop that new shiny. So again, just checking these around here. Clicking on the same one, they seem to be all piled on top of each other. And underneath the gym. So just shiny checking these as we walk past them, just because of how many there is. We'll go back to throwing some Pokeballs at them as well in a minute. But just with how many the quantity is, I'll check them. Just so we can move on and get to some more spawn locations nearby. Like I say, I've got the gotcha on at the moment. It's supposed to be spinning stops, but it does seem to be a bit slow in reacting to spinning stops. If you are frequently checking stuff and frequently quick catching stuff, it does seem to lower the performance of what the gotcha does in the background. So storage full. Luckily I've set up a clear out tag, so we can just select all and transfer. Another 161 spaces just created. There we go, registered finally. All the candy come in. So it goes a little bit quiet in this area, just down here, so we'll try and quickly go through this area. You can still see some far out ones appearing on the spatial rend, as well as in front of us. Get in! Shiny Mareanie! Get in! Live on air! Wow, what a shiny that is! That looks absolutely amazing. Definitely going to golden raz this. Don't want this running off. Shinies aren't supposed to run off in the wild, but they do tend to run off when you've got the gotcha connected catching Pokemon. They do tend to run off quite often, really. But that is a super cool shiny. We finally got one live on air. Get in. What a shiny that is. That is an awesome shiny. It's rubbish. It's a 0-star. But it is a really nice shiny. So glad I managed to get one during Spotlight Hour. This is probably the last chance you could get one during the event as well. So the current Ultra Space Wonders event that's on, which is what Shiny Mareanie got released in. Also saw the brand new Ultra Beast Pokemon Glacier Fallon and Stakataka being released. No shiny though for those two, but those are on 5-star raids. Stakataka appearing in the East Hemisphere, so anywhere east of the Meridian line. And then we've got anything east of the GMT line, should I say, and then you've got the Blaciophallon appearing anything west. So at the moment in the UK we get Blaciophallon. You can actually get Stakataka in the UK if you go down London and east of London way. Also on the east coast of the UK you can get Stakataka, but it didn't seem to be too much effort to be able to get it through remote raid. So I have managed to get a couple of Stakataka by getting invites. But today is the end of the event today, so really happy to finally get that shiny on this spotlight hour. It was definitely the best chance to get it throughout the event. If you've been playing during the event, you've probably noticed Mareanie hasn't been spawning very often, which has been quite a bit disappointing for a brand new shiny, especially with it being full odds. I was hoping for it to appear quite often, but unfortunately not. Seems to be, obviously whenever it gets weather boosted you seem to see a little bit more of them, but under normal circumstances when it's not weather boosted you don't tend to see too many of them. From what I've found out, or what I've noticed when I've been playing, is that you tend to not see any for about 20 minutes and then you'll see about 3 or 4 virtually altogether, and then you'll go back to not seeing any for about 20 minutes again. So really happy to get that shiny. Super cool to be able to get it live on YouTube as well. So let's see if we can finish off the family. The first shiny appearing within the first 15 minutes of the spotlight hour. So we've got another 45 minutes yet. So hopefully we can get a second one and complete the family with it only be evolving once. It's only got 2 different forms. So hopefully we can get that second one as well live on air, and before the event finishes at 8 o'clock tonight. So a few more start to appear now as we get down to where there's a bit more Pokestops. Start to see the spawns increase quite a bit. A little bit of a Pokestop dead zone that we've just walked through, but the spawns haven't been too bad, to be honest. It's just give us enough to just keep tying by without too many breaks. But hopefully we'll start getting a lot more spawns very soon. Don't know how many of these Mareanies are actually staying in the ball. It doesn't seem to be many. We seem to be leaving a load of them behind. So this is definitely why I've not bothered putting a lucky egg on for the catch 2. The 2 times catch XP bonus, because getting these to stay in the ball is an absolute nightmare. Unless you've got loads of ultra balls, I wouldn't bother putting a lucky egg on. Obviously if you've got friendship boosts as well, so you're going to be catching loads, and then also you can tie it in with doing a couple of friendship bonuses, then fair enough. But me personally, I wouldn't bother using a lucky egg on during this spotlight hour just because of how hard they are to catch. We'll keep an eye out as well just to see if there's any raids about. Still looking to try and find a shiny Turtonator. Still not managed to get a shiny Turtonator. Been doing loads of raids. Tiny one. Tiny Mareanie. So yeah, Turtonator. I've been doing loads of raids of Turtonator during this event, as well as before in the past when it's appeared on 3-star raids. Around about 90 now raids. It's supposed to be 1 in 64 odds, so I'm well over the odds, but unfortunately still not sparkling, so a little bit disappointed with that one. But 3-star raids tend to be the thing I find the hardest to get the shiny on off. With the exception of Bombardier only took me 9 raids to get the shiny off that. But the likes of Drug-D-Gone, Turtonator, Glaring Weezing as well, I'm still missing. They are a real annoyance when I've been raiding. But Glaring Weezing is one of those that I'm not too bothered about raiding, because it does tend to appear on research tasks in certain events. Turtonator you can also get out of 10 kegs, so after this event I'll be hatching 10 kegs, hopefully be able to get one out of there. I think the rarity of them hatching in 10 kegs is quite low as well. I think it's the first rarity, the #1 rarity on 10 kegs. So, and I think it also appears in the Adventure Sync 10 keg as well, so definitely be able to get one of those a week at least, and hopefully be able to hatch a Turtonator, and hopefully it's shiny, because it is a really cool shiny. That's a shiny Turtonator is. So spawns have increased a bit, as I was saying. The better spawn spots are yet to come. We are seeing an increase in the spawns as we have more Pokestops. So let me know in the comments below if you've shiny Mareanie yet. Then let me know what it was on today, or are you still missing it and you're hoping, like me, that you manage to get one during this spotlight hour. So still getting those spawns from really far out. That Spatial Wren doing absolutely amazing job. I can't quite get my head around how awesome that is of a feature when you're shiny hunting like this on a spotlight hour. So yeah, the spawns are very much increased around this area. As we're going down the village, it's starting to increase more and more. We'll probably do a route here as well. There's a little route that I put in quite a while ago, so we'll probably do that behind that, on that target. Let's just shiny check these ones. I seem to be clicking the same one again. I'm after that one in the middle of those 3, and still I can't seem to get it. There it is. No, it wasn't shiny. All that effort and it wasn't shiny, unfortunately. There's a couple here around this gym, and then we'll start the route and see what sort of Mareanie spawns we get as we're going down along the route. For the last half an hour I'll probably put an incense on as well, the normal incense, and hopefully get some more Mareanie spawns as well. Let's do that as we speak now. So incense is lasting me for an hour, so I could have put one on right at the start. I'd completely forgot, to be honest. So if you haven't already had your spotlight hour, make sure you do put incense on at the start if you are banking on this spotlight hour bringing you the shiny. Another increased way of getting it. So definitely incense, definitely using the Spatial Wren, and hopefully we'll manage to get one like I have within the first 15 minutes. So we've got plenty of time to be able to get another one. tiny one again. That tiny one actually stayed in the ball that time, which was good. Don't know if we've managed to catch any tiny ones that have stayed in the ball previously. I've just literally been throwing one ball at them and then backing out, and if it's not caught, it's not caught. We move on to the next one. Like I say, the Mareanie's not a useful Pokemon, or its evolved form. It's not a useful Pokemon in Pokemon GO to have. It is just a really, really nice shiny, so you don't really need the candies for it. I don't know where it stands in terms of, I'm talking in terms of PvE. So in terms of PvP, I'm not a big PvP player, so I'm not too sure where it stands in terms of PvP, either Mareanie or its evolved form. So somebody might correct me in the comments, but in terms of PvE, it doesn't have any play in PvE, so it is literally just about getting the shiny for myself. Hopefully we can get that second one. We'll just check these far out ones here that are getting picked up by that spatial rend. We've got one off the incense. We'll quickly check that because it will despawn very quickly. So nearly halfway into the spotlight hour, we've got one shiny Mareanie so far. Like I say, they are full odds. Spinning these stops as well, just to replenish on Pokeballs a little bit as we're just shiny checking while the spawns are quite high. Remembering which ones you shiny checked is quite an art by itself as well. So another one on the incense. Check the ones from the right to the left now. So right hand side of the road we'll check first, and then we'll move over to the left hand side of the road. I think that's probably the most efficient way of checking out these Mareanies, with them being so many appearing down here. Keeping an eye on the incense as well, because that one will appear soon. There it is, just popped up. We'll check this one and then we'll check the incense one. No luck on the incense. Another one on the right hand side. So I think we've checked all the ones that you can currently see on my screen now. So we will just try and catch a few of these while we're waiting for new spawns to appear. New spawns appearing in front of us as we speak. With one off the incense. No shiny luck. I will just cross over a road and see if there's any decent spawns over this side. You are allowed to go off the routes as long as you get to the end and you start at the start and you end at the end. You are allowed to deviate off the routes. Sometimes it does play up, sometimes it pauses a route from the last known point at which you were at. So you will have to go back to that point to resume the route. But mostly you can get away with deviating off the route as long as you finish at the end. The progress bar will fill in when you're actually walking alongside the route in whichever way you're going. It should just keep filling in as you're walking alongside the desired route. And therefore you should still be able to encounter or have a chance of encountering a Zygarde cell at the end. Also be able to do the route and get the bonuses at the end of the route, including the 2 extra hearts on the buddy as well. So we'll just deviate off this route a little bit and get these stops up here. Sometimes there's a few spawn spots up here, so we'll just go check these out, see what they're like today. Have annoyingly got a couple of stones in my shoe as well, so probably have to stop in a second and just take my shoe off and tip that up just to get the stones out, because they're digging into my feet as we speak. Two keg fletchling. So if you haven't already seen as well, on the Pokémon GO Twitter page, you'll probably have seen a couple of videos that have been posted up there by Pokémon GO, just teasing the upcoming community days. There's a little video about the June community day where there's a Pokemon hiding behind a tree, looks like on a little bit of a beach setting, and there's a Pokemon just literally hiding behind there, and you can see its little ears. And if you haven't already seen it, I won't spoil it entirely, but I will say it's pink in colour. And another clue is that June has always been the community day for the community day month for dragon type. So in the past we've had Gibble in June, we had Dratini as one of the first June community days. We've also had Gibble, Dino. All the dragons that we've had as a community day have always been in June. So I'll leave you to guess which one we're having next. And then there was also another little video teasing the community day, classic community day in June as well. So there's going to be classic community day in June, and on the video there was a Pokemon being obscured by, I think it was a tree branch or something like that on the floor, and all you could see was fire coming out of its back. So I'll leave that one with you as well, as to what you could guess that one is. Pretty obvious if you go see the videos on the Pokemon GO Twitter page. Pretty obvious as to what they are. Massive Mareanie there. So 34 minutes in, just have a quick sit down, even though I'm going to get my bum wet. Should be okay. But stone in my shoe is doing my head in. So not doing too bad. One shiny Mareanie, and hopefully we can grab another one before the spotlight hour is out. Let's get moving back again on the desired route. Really is cool how far out this spatial rend reaches. As you can see there, that Mareanie, right far out, it's still managing to reach it with that spatial rend. It is a really cool feature, that is. If you've not yet used it, definitely use it in a spotlight hour like today. If you really want to shiny Mareanie, or upcoming community day spotlight hours where you want candy, really useful tool. Only use it obviously if you're moving about, if you know you're going to be moving about a lot to get to even more and more spawns. If you're staying still, stationary, it's probably not worth using it. You'll get the initial spawns at first, and then you'll probably have to wait 20 minutes before these spawns refresh. But definitely if you're moving about and really grinding the candy or shiny checking, definitely worth using the spatial rend. So the cost of a spatial rend, it's 5,000 Stardust for 10 minutes, and it's also 5 Palkia candy as well. So any rare candy I've got, I've been putting it into Palkia just so I could be using this adventure effect a little bit more often, because you do get to a point where you end up struggling to know really what to put your rare candy into. Rare Candy XL, that's a little bit different. I've been putting my Rare Candy XL into Poipol, or Poipol's evolved form now, as I've got it. If you haven't already seen that, go check out my YouTube channel. You should be able to see a video on there where I've evolved my Poipol, and it is actually quite a decent one as well, so make sure to go check that out. Decent one is a slight understatement, but get in, shiny Mareanie, second one, yes, family complete, get in. That was a super cool spawn, that was. I wouldn't have reached out without that spatial rend. Another 0 star, so not a very good one again, but definitely a shiny that I would like to lucky trade with somebody and hopefully get a decent one for best buddying. That is a really cool shiny. I'm really happy with that. Second one, get in there. Can't believe we've managed to finally do a family in just 1 hour. The whole event I've been struggling to get one or to even encounter many of them, but now I've managed to get 2 shinies. Super happy about that. If you haven't already, that's definitely worth a like, so make sure to like the video. More people who like them, then the more videos I'll do, the more live videos I'll do. So make sure to like the video if you have tuned in and enjoyed watching it. Really hope anybody who has subscribed to the channel gets a look in their spotlight hour as well. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. That is awesome to be able to get 2 shiny Mareanies live on YouTube. It's absolutely amazing. So first one came after around 15 minutes, the second one came after around 35, 36 minutes. Have we got time for one more, do you reckon? I'm being greedy now. I know I'm being greedy. But I wonder if we have got time for one more. It would be really nice. As you can see, the route's just continued. I haven't had to restart it, so it didn't pause when I went off route. We might actually end up with a Zygarde cell, so I'll just keep my eyes out. There it is. Always tends to be a little dark shadow that appears on your map first before you see the Zygarde cell actually drop, so keep an eye out for a little dark shadow as you get towards the end of your route. It's probably best as well not clicking on anything. When you get towards the end of a route, don't click on any spawns, because that can sometimes stop the Zygarde cell from appearing, or definitely delay it, and by the time it has actually appeared, you've already ended the route and you haven't got it. So definitely towards the end of a route, try to avoid clicking on too much stuff and just give the game time to just load that Zygarde cell if it is to appear. One thing I really do hope we do on routes is the 7k egg that Mateo gives you at the end of a route. I really do hope we put regionals in that, because that'll be a really cool feature. You can only get one a day, and it's a really cool way of being able to get regionals that you can't normally get, and you have no way of knowing which regionals it could be, because you don't know where the gift's coming from, so it's completely random. I think that'll be a really cool feature to put in, especially those that can't go travelling around the world to get the regionals. I know there's these Pokemon GO Fest events where you can get the regionals, but not everybody can afford to go those, not everybody can get to them. So it would be a really cool feature to put in, just to give some people just a little bit of a chance to get a regional. So route finished. My buddy has got a poffin on, so extra 2 hearts with the buddy That's got a poffin on, which is, I think we've got shiny as Elf out at the moment. Yes, I have. So shiny as Elf. Lucky shiny as Elf, actually, I think. I managed to catch a as Elf during the GO tour back in February when we were appearing in the wild. Really annoying to catch during that event. If they weren't shiny, they took absolutely ages to catch. Even the shiny ones, I think, weren't guaranteed first ball. So they were really, really annoying to catch. You used a lot of balls on trying to catch them, and most of the time you'd stand there trying to catch them, and then they'd end up just fleeing. So it was an absolute waste of balls, but did manage to get a shiny as Elf, lucky trade it as well, so that I could work on it as part of my best buddies. So just going to start shiny checking some of these, just because don't want to be walking past too many. One on the incense there, we'll quickly check that before it despawns, as it just has. So just in time on that one. There's a couple Mareanies around here that we haven't checked. I'll quickly check these. Another one has just appeared on the incense as well. As you can see, there's loads more appearing on the left hand side of the screen as well. So check out one of the incense, and then we'll start checking the ones on the left hand side of the screen, right hand side of me as we're looking backwards, just so we can click on the spawns that are behind us. (6:43), 43 minutes into Spotlight Hour. 2 shinies, really, really good going, that is. Super happy with that. Can we get another one? Can we get one that's not actually a 0 star? Can we get a shiny that's better than a 0 star? Now I've said that, they'll probably give me a 1 star. You know, not a 3-star one or anything like that. That'll be too much to ask for. You can always get a 3-star one if I lucky trade with somebody who's got one. Hopefully a 3-star. Obviously you can get 12, 12, 12 off a lucky trade, which is really awful luck if you do, because that would be a 2-star, which I've got a few times off lucky trades in the past. Really gutty when it happens. Again, just shiny checking these, just so we don't miss spawns and that we can continue walking, with us coming into the last 15 minutes of Spotlight Hour very soon. Trying to get the middle one of those free again. There it is. Loads more to be checking with that spatial rend on. Quick catch one off the incense, or at least attempt it. No guarantee that it's going to stay in the ball, with the catch rate being so low on these Mareanie, especially when using a Pokeball as well. But unfortunately I'm running really low on the other balls that I've got, the Ultra Balls and Great Balls. Running really low on those. Couple of them behind the gym, hiding away behind the gym. There's one there, one just appeared on the incense as well. I'll check on in a second. There it is. There seems to be a line of 3 again across there. This time I've clicked on the middle one, left one, on my right hand side one. No luck there. We're into the final 15 minutes of Spotlight Hour. Can we get a 3rd shiny? 2 shinies is amazing. A 3rd one would just be incredible. So I am by the main road now. I have been for a little bit, so apologies if a road traffic noise is coming through on the stream. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. So none of these appear to be shiny at the moment. New ones appearing just up ahead. With that spatial rend on, we can check them a bit early before we even get another one off the incense. We'll start catching, or at least quick catching, a few of these. See if we can benefit at least a little bit from the 2x catch XP that's currently on with the spotlight. How many of them actually stay in the ball is a completely different question. So let me know as well in the comments below as we approach the last couple of hours of the Ultra Space Wonders event. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this new event on Pokemon. Me personally, I've been a little bit disappointed with it. Obviously we have the Glacier Fallon raid hour tomorrow, or Stack Attacker, depending on which area you're in. But other than that, the Mareanie spawns have been really low. All the other spawns have been quite disappointing really. So I've not been overly enthralled by it. One thing I will also say is Glacier Fallon is probably the better out of Stack Attacker and Glacier Fallon as a raid boss. How I've read and understood, Stack Attacker is similar to Bastiodon in PvP, but probably not as bulky, so not as good as Bastiodon in PvP. So if you do PvP, you might come into a few encounters, especially in the Master League with Stack Attacker, but it's not a brilliant one for either PvP or PvE. Glacier Fallon is actually quite a decent fire type as a raid attacker and a gym attacker in terms of PvE. It's not too bad. It comes around about 7th as a fire type, but it's number 2 as a non-mega, non-shadow fire type, just behind Reshiram. Heatran can beat it as well in certain environments. So, but also a point to be had as well is that Glacier Fallon hasn't come out with its signature move. It has a signature move called Mind Blown, which is also a fire move, and it hasn't appeared with that signature move. So keep an eye out in future updates. Don't quite know how good that Mind Blown signature move is going to be, how much it will alter its DPS and TDO, or where that will rank, but really keep an eye out for that. It's definitely worth trying to get a few during raid hour if you are in that hemisphere. If you are in the Western Hemisphere, try and get a few decent Glacier Fallons, just in case it gets its move update in the future. You've got them ready to go. Hopefully you could be able to elite charge TM them, or just change a move if it does come out, a bit like Tyranitar when it had Brutal Swing. You was able to just use a normal charge TM to give it Brutal Swing, which made an absolute beast of a Dark type, completely overtaking the likes of Hydreigon, which came out with Brutal Swing as its Community Day move. So let's see what we do with Glacier Fallon and its signature move when that gets released. But for the meantime, not a super amazing fire type, but definitely one trying to get a few decent ones of. Like I say, just when that new move update comes out, if ever it does in Pokemon GO. It should get its signature move at some point. They all tend to get the signature move. We've just had the Tapus, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, all appearing with, I think it was Nature Mindness or something like that, the signature move for them. So yeah, Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, Tapu Koko and Tapu Bulu can all learn that moveset, and that is the signature move for all of them. 10 minutes left to go. We've got one more place just to try out, and we do get a lot of spawns around here. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can land on another shiny Mareanie. So probably go back to, well, might try and keep catching a few of these actually, just so we can clear out and determine which ones we've checked and which ones we haven't. But unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to catch a lot of them, like I say, due to that catch rate being so low. Do seem to be quite high CPs as well in terms of Mareanie. Not weather boosted, but you know it's going to be difficult to catch when a red circle appears as you throw the Pokeball. Orange or red, you know it's going to be very difficult to catch. Where I've got a few Ultra Balls, we'll probably use these just to try and wade ourselves through all these Mareanies and try and determine which ones we've caught and which ones we haven't, or which ones we've at least checked. So last 8 minutes of Spotlight Hour. Can we get one more shiny? $375 off the incense. Being able to reach all those from across there, I've never managed that before, so that is awesome. Let's see how many spawn up here now. Starting to spawn. Trying to get these outside ones first and then work on the ones closer to us, just so if any more appear on the outside we sort of know that they're new ones. So storage full again, so at least some of them must be catching because we clear this out only a couple of minutes into the Spotlight Hour, so at least 149 have caught. We'll bin all these now. So nearly 5 minutes remaining on Spotlight Hour, so it really is a closing moments of Spotlight Hour. 24 Ultra Balls left. Just have to watch where I'm going because we're in a bit muddy in places where I am. End up slipping over in the mud in the last 5 minutes of Mareanie Spotlight Hour. Might end up being a little clip on YouTube, but won't go down too well when I'm trying to get shiny Mareanie. But it would be rather funny. We're into the final 5 minutes. Let's see if we can catch, or at least check all these Mareanies around here. Another one appeared off the incense. You can see that little glow around it. There. No shiny. Terrible throw as well. Every time the throw on Mareanie. Got it bang on that time there. 292, no shiny. 349. So can we get one more shiny Mareanie? 4 minutes left to go. Got a few to check around here. Oh, quick catch. Messed up on the quick catch. So I've got to wait for the animation to fully go through. See if we can just quick catch these and get them out of the way, just so we can determine which ones we've actually caught, which ones we've checked. Probably going to run out of ultra balls very soon. Oh, we have done just. Another new one behind us. No shiny. Another new one just appeared behind us. Feet are absolutely soaked in this long grass where we are at the moment. Absolutely drenched, but we plough on, trying to get that last shiny Mareanie. 2 minutes remaining. Incense? No. Try and quickly catch these. Don't know if we've checked these before or not. One hiding behind the back of a gem. Hopefully hiding because he's shiny. Is he? No, unfortunately not. Last minute of the spotlight hour. There is an hour left of the event after the spotlight hour is finished. Like I say, spotlight hour is 6 till 7. 7 o'clock is drawing very, very close now within my last minute. And then the event itself goes on until 8 PM tonight. So if you don't get one during spotlight hour, you do have a chance just after. It still will be spawning as an event spawn, but obviously not as often. And the event spawns have been really low, as we've just been saying. Last few seconds. Is there any more going to appear? Any more off the incense? We've caught all the ones around here. Is there going to be any more? There's one there. No, no shiny. Is that the last one? Can we get to any more? No, that is it. The new incense spawn is Tangler, and that means it is the end of the spotlight hour. So let's have a quick look and see how we got on during spotlight hour. Caught quite a few actually. We're shiny checking a lot. No hundo Mareanies. I managed to get this one the other day, so that was really, really cool. But no hundo Mareanies during the spotlight hour. Another Mareanie there, just in the wild. But no hundos, unfortunately. Shinies, we did manage to get those 2 shiny Mareanies, both 0 star, but I don't care really. It's a family completed. I will be able to hopefully manage a lucky trade with somebody to get one of these, at least a decent 2 star, if not 3 star off a lucky trade. So hopefully I can work on that as my buddy. But really, really happy to get 2 shiny Mareanies off a spotlight hour. One of the best spotlight hours I've had in a while. Let me know what you think in the comments below of the event, of a spotlight hour. Let me know what you think of a live stream as well. It is only the second one I've done, so please be nice, but comment below what you think of it. If there's any improvements I can make to my live streaming, let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Big shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you again on my channel very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.